These are the Xiaomi Airdots S, and they are awesome. These, however, are the Xiaomi REDMI Airdots 2, and they are hot garbage. So here's the deal, I'm one of those people that just lose everything. So I'm not gonna go out there and spend $300 on a pair of AirPods or Galaxy Buds Pro. I'm just gonna buy something for 50 bucks that when I eventually lose it, because I will, I can just buy replacements and not feel too bad about it. Enter the Xiaomi Airdots S or Pro, I don't know, I'll write it on the screen. These are the original Xiaomi Airdots S. These have been great. They cost me $60. They do all the things that you want a pair of truly wireless earbuds to do. They're small, they fit in your ears, they're really comfortable. The sound is all right. You know, they're not magic. They're not costing you $300, but they do the job. Mostly I listen to podcasts and music, and I'm not precious about it. I'm not an audiophile, so, you know, your mileage may vary on whether you think this $50 is a good value for that. The battery is pretty good. It tends to last me for about 3 or 4 hours on one charge out of the case. Then you pop it back in the case and you get 3 or 4 more out of it. So plenty long for usually a couple of days in my bag. The microphone's pretty good. People can hear you at the other end. It's not brilliant, but no truly wireless headphones are. Finish in general is pretty good. These have been great. Unfortunately, I only have one of them because inevitably, like I said I would, I lost one of them, I don't know, somewhere in my travels. So then I went online and I tried to buy some replacements. Now this is where it starts to get confusing because Xiaomi's branding is just all over the shop. And because they don't have any real official English shop front, as far as I know, I haven't been able to find anything. I ended up going onto eBay or Amazon or something like that, one of those marketplaces. And I picked up these. These are the Xiaomi Airdots 2. Not S, but 2. These were cheaper. They were only about $30 US. Now, the difference between these two are small. One of the big problems with the white ones was that they have the capacitive thing on the back, which is a pain in the ass because every time you try and take it in or out, you're pressing buttons and you're skipping tracks, and that's annoying. However, these have changed them for a clicky button. And the clicky button is alright, but it requires a lot of clicky and you just feel like you're pushing this thing into your brain. So I don't know if that's an improvement. It's a net zero. There's a slight benefit of not having the touchpads, but also too stiff on the clicky. Otherwise, they've been pretty much the same thing, except I couldn't get them in white, which was a bummer. Then, in classic me style, I jumped into the pool with one of these in my pocket. Didn't survive. I should have been wearing the budgie smugglers for my brand. They don't have any pockets. Hikora.com. So I went back onto the internet and I went to buy another pair of these because I thought, great, these are perfect. They're exactly the amount of money I want to spend. 30 bucks. It does the job. Great. Perfect. Okay. So I ordered my new ones and these arrived. I pulled them out of the package and I immediately knew something was wrong. These are, oh God, what are these called? These are, these are the Redmi Airdots, these are the Xiaomi Redmi Airdots S, which is a mouthful, and it's very confusing because I just kind of looked at the thing and went, Xiaomi Airdots, great, I'll have that. But they were suspiciously very cheap. They were like $15, and I thought, you know what, maybe they're just, and it was from all the sellers, so I thought, you know what, maybe they're just on sale. No, I actually ordered something completely different. On first glance, they look exactly the same. In fact, even when you open them, the buds look almost identical to the point where I thought that you might be able to swap them around. They are not. They don't fit in each other's cases by very small margins, so they've obviously been intentionally changed. Picking up the case to begin with, the hinge feels cheap, it's plasticky, it creaks and it pops when it opens. The whole case is just cheaper material. They've thinned it out, like it barely feels like it's really a case at this point. The buds themselves, you open them up and they look identical, but they're not. The original ones have this nice little, you know, for a pair of $30 headphones, they have this nice little glossy chamfer around the edge. These ones do not, and they're just lighter and crappier feeling all over. So in general, the fit and finish is just a bit rubbish. They just feel cheap all over. It's not good. They don't feel nice. Now, normally I'm not that pressed about fit and finish. These are $50 headphones, right? Well, $15 headphones in this case. But then you have to use them, and I can assure you it only gets much, much worse. The first thing I noticed when I started to use them is that on the right earbud, it just makes this low grumbling sound, which you can't really hear when you're actually listening to music or a podcast. But as soon as you put it in, that's it. It's going. It's buzzing the entire time, which is not very good. The left side one was okay, but the right side one was pretty bad. The connections to anything are terrible. I've connected it to my old Galaxy S8, as well as my Galaxy Fold 2, both devices which never have any problems with any other kinds of headphones, and it just drops out constantly. Like, I'll just be sitting here. If I'm sitting here with this playing and these guys in, it'll just drop. It'll just disconnect, or one of them will disconnect, or both of them will disconnect, or they'll disconnect from each other and go out of sync. And without any real rhyme or reason. It's just completely unpredictable, and it happens every 5 minutes. It's completely unusable. Not only is it unusable in that way, but you can't get very far from the phone. Typically with the Xiaomi Airdots, I could get probably a good 30 or 40 meters away from them because I work in a gym, and I'm often far away from my phone, but still listening to my headphones. These guys, I get about 5 meters away. I don't get down to the end of the hallway in this house without these disconnecting. The range is completely worthless. And the absolute worst thing is how rubbish, how absolutely dog shit the battery life on these are. With the other ones, I was getting about 3 or 4 hours out of a charge out of the case. These, I get about 45 minutes and it starts beeping at me. But not only is it beeping, it says, please charging, every 30 seconds. And when it says, please charging, it pauses whatever's going on. So you'll just be walking about and then you get the please charging over and over and over again. Like, I know the battery is low. Don't gimp the rest of the... look, maybe I've only got half an hour left on them. That's fine. But don't ruin the last half an hour for me by saying, please charging every 30 seconds. I timed it. 30 seconds is very frequent. It's very annoying. Look, these are the kind of products that I wonder, did anybody use these? Is anybody from the company actually using these as a product and going, oh, you know what, this, please charging, this is a bit garbage. Because it doesn't make any sense. I don't understand why you would intentionally gimp a product like that. It's bizarre. So in conclusion, these are hot fucking garbage. Do not buy them. Not even as like a pair of backups, because they're worthless as backups. They're just frustrating and annoying. I would rather no podcasts and no music to this miserable experience. The worst part is that I actually bought 2 of these because I thought, well, please charging. Well, you know what? I'm gonna lose one of them eventually. I'll have a backup in my, you know that box full of random electronic shit that you're like, oh, I might need this one day. I'm returning both of them. They only cost me $15 each, and I'm still returning them just out of spite because they need to know that these are trash and they should not be selling them. So I guess the moral of the story is you get what you pay for. What do you think? Was I expecting too much? Should I have tried literacy? Let me know in the comments what your experiences are with the Redmi and the Xiaomi Dots. I will not be buying any Redmi anything. This $15 savings is not worth a completely worthless product. Drop us a like on this video and subscribe and come and join in my Discord, and I will see you on Twitch. I am Taikora Live, aka Taikora, aka Steven. I don't know, I'm your dad. Bye! Please charging.